What's up, everybody? I'm just recording a video on the Mac. I haven't really made any videos on the computer yet. I wonder how the microphone is on the computer. It is picking up my audio, so we'll see how it sounds. You can see it's a beautiful day. We have a little bit of snow in the mountains. I just got off of 24 at the ambulance company. Still super focused on health, well-being. I've realized that the way that I can conceptualize my kind of focuses are as follows: physical fitness, mental health, emotional stability, and spiritual satisfaction. I think conceptualizing those four different pillars is really helpful in kind of intellectualizing a path that I've chosen, and I think is a good one, such that I want to talk about it and help others if I can. So this is a new workflow. Have the studio display with the Mac Mini Pro 2. Decided not to wait for the refresh of the iMac. Although that is kind of, get my chair to where I feel like I'm at the right height. That would have been kind of like the product that I was looking for. I found the Mac Mini Pro 2 Mini was a good solution for my computing needs. This affords me the bandwidth, processing power, and RAM to create videos and upload videos and do what I need to do on the computer in a small, compact package. So really happy with this. I'm in the Mac ecosystem, so I'm going to stay in it. But I want to make this video really quick, having just tested taking a video through QuickTime on the Mac. Reasonably happy with it. I could get a better microphone, but that's not super important at the moment. I might try the microphone on my Sony headphones. I have the MH1000X3s. They're years old, but these have been the greatest headphones that I've ever had. I love these things. They've got electrical tape on them, but I mean, I've skied in these, worked out in these. They've just been great. They are just absolute workhorses, so I might record a video with these later and see if that microphone is substantially better. But anyway, I just want to get back into the habit of regularly uploading. I put out a blast asking for subscribers when I was on the sourdough fire doing medical standby this summer, and I was really encouraged to go from like 350 subscribers to almost 500 now. So I really appreciate you guys, and I am doing this, making these recordings for for my viewers, for you guys. I have a bunch of jobs. I'm a paramedic. I do interfacility transfer work. I do wildland fire work. I'm a ski instructor. I'm a swim instructor. I work for the National Guard. So this is not my job. This is something that I'm very passionate about. And I only really have the bandwidth and wherewithal to record right now because Isabella, my wife, and Laura, my daughter, are out at the Seesaw playing at the park. So, after doing the laundry and dishes and helping my wife out to the degree that I can, she's pregnant with our second. So, she's working really hard to keep the home running. I have this opportunity to record this video, and I interact with a lot of people in my line of work. I'm a people-centric career person. I'm not into things. I'm into people. I do healthcare, and I run into a lot of different worldviews, right? And that's a joy for an open-minded person that I try to be, because it affords me the opportunity to have discussion and debate about different ways of thinking and such. But one of the things that's come up recently that I'm want to explain or share is, I'm at a point in my life now where I am okay with not being the best. That might catch some of you off guard, but I had the mentality for a lot of my life where if I wasn't the best at something, I wasn't good enough. That's a real toxic way of thinking, and that's not to say don't try to be your best. Certainly always hold yourself to a high account, but winning at all costs is not necessarily conducive to a balanced, positive lifestyle, and now at 37 years old, I'm more interested in having again, the four pillars that I believe are central. Physical fitness, mental health, emotional stability, and spiritual satisfaction. Um, I've worked on Tria brand, my last name Triantos for a little while, thinking that I could have the three pillars be, mental, emotional, spiritual, but I really think that physical, mental, emotional, spiritual is a better way of characterizing it. So I'm seeing if I can um, work more on Tria brand moving forward. But that's beside the point. I interact with people now from time to time that are sure of themselves, right? Ideologues, zealots, people that have a mental map and think that the map is the territory, right? The map is not the territory. The menu is not the meal, right? Our abstractions about life are not a one-to-one representation of life. Life is always its own thing, right? That exists outside of and encompasses our own, being. It's bigger than us. We're just a part of it. And I think as you get older and get your butt kicked by life, that I certainly have many times, we all come to understand that we're just a part of this big dance, this big circus going on. And to participate in it, the ups and downs and terrors and triumphs and humor and tragedy, joyfully and willfully and fully, is much more wise than to try to how would you say, to try to be right, to try to be the winner, to try to be better than others. I think that's a fool's errand. And running into younger people that still hold on to that mentality, I suppose, is so repugnant to me, because I recognize that that's how I was. I was a know-it-all. I was a, holier than thou. I was a very egocentric person for a lot of my life. And as I've gotten older, not only through just humility and humiliation, in sometimes equal parts, I've recognized the value of being meek, humble, and celebrating what I don't know, as opposed to peacocking and parading what I think that I do know. I don't know. I just feel like that's a helpful topic to raise. I don't really have an axe to grind or a sharp point to make. Just that, again, the kind of thrust of this channel being health and wellness and fitness. I play video games. I ski and I surf, and I share my lifestyle with my family on this channel, and I'll continue to do so because I'm happy with these things. And I think that part and parcel of, again, the four: physical fitness, mental health, emotional stability, and spiritual satisfaction, for me, comes in holding space, openness, a place for the unknown to enter and be involved in my life. So, in sport, I try to, flow, and I like flow sports like surfing and skiing that allow me to just go with the flow and enjoy, gravity, and enjoy, a turn, and kind of the dance of, setting an edge and flowing. And there's something deeply pleasurable and relaxing about that to me. And in the same way, I think having an open mind, and learning and being aware that my ignorance is far greater than my knowledge. There's always going to be more that I don't know than what I know. So I might as well fall in love with the unknown, as opposed to trying to stand and characterize my worth as a human being on what I think I know. So being open-minded, constantly studying, being a student for life, that kind of thing. To speak to the mental side, emotionally, obviously, being open, being willing to be emotionally vulnerable. I'm not saying, air out your dirty laundry with everybody, right? That's not a good strategy for maintaining positive relationships, but certainly, not being overly guarded and stoic, but being able to share your honest sensibilities, your honest feelings with the people that are close to you is clearly a positive, healthy way of facilitating deeper relationships, right? And that goes both ways. That is to say, being willing to hold space for the people in your life to, give you a representation of their emotional states, and kind of being a conduit for emotionally charged interactions, right? And being grounded throughout, right? So again, kind of having this space for flow on the emotional side. And then, of course, spiritually, it's, I suppose, more of a hot button issue, but I think that undeniably part of the spiritual process is the prostration to, the bowing down to the inherent unknown, the bounding of our lives with mortality. We don't know where we came from. We don't know where we're going. Anybody that tells you otherwise is either lying to you outright or trying to sell you something, right? Or just, trying to coerce you through their own malevolence or what have you. To come to terms with the great unknown of existence is to become deeply spiritual in whatever way you choose. Because don't get it twisted, even the most staunch atheists worship something, whether it's, science, scientism, or their own, capacity for reason, etc. So, a life without the space, the openness, the fresh air, the coming in of newness, is one without, health on those four aspects. So I do this because I love people. I enjoy my relationships, my friends, family, and associates, and acquaintances, and I'm deeply moved that I have as big of a subscribership or following, or whatever you say, on YouTube as I do, and I do want to branch out to X. I'm a big Elon Musk fan, but that's neither here nor there. I want to try to make my footprint digitally wider. Again, I have my professional life. I'm paying the bills. Please don't think that I'm trying to sell you something. I'm not. I just want to engage in more two-way street dialogue with people that are not where they want to be, either on their physical fitness, their emotional stability, their mental health, and their spiritual satisfaction. I don't think there's many among us that are dialed perfectly on all of those four things. And I think the more that we can talk about those things with each other and build communities around just the shared appreciation of the value of moving in the direction of those things, the better that we can be as people and friends and family and husbands and, sons and fathers, etc. So, yeah, that's what I got for you. I really appreciate you guys. I want to continue to bring value to this channel, and I want to kind of figure out how to do that. I feel like upgrading the computer system was a big step in the right direction. I bought this stuff with fire money from the Sourdough Fire predominantly, just so you're aware, and I hope to leverage this new platform to get the creative juices flowing. So thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. I'm very interested to hear your guys' thoughts on those four things that I keep mentioning, where you are on them, where you'd like to be, and then kind of what you'd like to see, how you'd like to engage with myself or others in the same vein that you feel like you get the most value from, whether it's a Zoom call or Teams or whatever, like live meeting, whether it's some kind of in-person event, skiing, surfing, like you guys know what I like to do, whether it's, playing co-op video games, I'm always down to play some D4 or Battlefront 2 or Dark Souls or whatever. So let me know. I'm here. I'm living just like you, trying to figure it out, right? We're all part of this crazy world together. And I think the more that we can give up our attempt to know everything and be the coolest, be the best, all that nonsense, and just be ourselves, be our weird, crazy, imperfect, beautiful selves with each other, I think the stronger that we can be. I think there's unbelievable strength in authenticity. And that's part of my ongoing motivation for this channel, is as I share myself authentically, unapologetically, I less and less have to play a social status game of trying to say what I think you want to hear, not you, but what people want to hear in my social circles, and trying to be that chameleon to get that kind of moment to moment, dopamine. This is me, man. Take it or leave it, and you're under no obligation to take it, right? So there's something really healing, psychologically and emotionally, not necessarily physically or spiritually, but on those two levels, about just telling you where I'm at and pinging you guys. And so that's why I enjoy reading your comments, even if they're like, this guy's nuts, screw you, or whatever. You can say whatever you want. This is you can. I don't know what YouTube's going to do to you or whatever, but I like free speech. You're either for free speech precisely for the speech that you detest, or you're not for free speech, and I am. Come at me. So I wish you all the best. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I don't want to waste your time. I know this is kind of a rant, but just getting my thoughts out there, and hopefully I can continue to iterate regularly and provide more value on this channel for you guys, and grow the subscribership, and maybe make this a kind of self-propelling endeavor. So thank you guys so much for watching. Love you. Take it easy. Bye-bye.